made up my plan to take up with the videos only. I will send you. Okay. So we were moving on with page number 59, and in that we were knowing already that the girls had prepared some lunch, and there were some invited guests as well as uninvited guests who had turned up for the lunch, and the lunch was being served, and everyone was not happy with the lunch which was being prepared, and they were finding some of the other mistakes into that food. Okay, but we know that Laurie was being bravely accepting whatever was being prepared and was eating it. Okay, Amy, who was fond of delicious dishes, had taken up a spoonful, okay, and had put up in the mouth, and then again choked and put up, used up a napkin and ran out from there. Okay, till that we have completed. So come up on page number 59. Oh, what it is! Exclaimed Joe, trembling. So Joe was like, what happened to you? Why you are running like this and taking up with a napkin and then running away from here? Salt instead of sugar, and the cream is sour, replied Meg with a tragic gesture. So on the question of Joe as to what happened, why you are doing like this? So Meg replied that instead of putting sugar, you have put on with salt, and the cream, the butter which is being prepared, it is sour in this, khatta ho gaya hai. That is what Meg told by giving a different gesture, different expression. Jo uttered a groan and fell back in her chair, remembering that she had given a last hasty powdering to the berries out of one of the two boxes on the kitchen table and had neglected to put the milk in the refrigerator. Okay, the moment Jo heard with this, she recalled that last, she was going to put up with it. She wanted to put up some sugar over the berries, but instead of putting up with the sugar out of the two boxes which were kept, both were white. So instead of putting up with the sugar, she had put on with the salt there, and at the same time she had kept the milk outside and not in the refrigerator, and that is the reason why the cream had turned out to be sour. She turned red and was on the verge of bursting into tears when she met Laurie's laughing eyes. Okay, and on hearing that the food was not at all good, not at all tasty, she was about to cry, but she stopped over there once she had a look into the eyes of Laurie, and Laurie was laughing very much. Okay, he was very happy. Okay, and seeing into that, the comical side of the affair suddenly struck her, and she laughed till the tears ran down her cheek. And seeing the Laurie's happy face, she also started laughing and forgot what actually had happened, and she also enjoyed the comic way. So did everyone else, even Crooker, as the girls called the old lady, and the unfortunate dinner ended happily with bread and butter and fun. Okay, and everyone sitting on the table for lunch started laughing, enjoying themselves. Even the Crooker, the lady was being called as a Crooker by the girls, she also started laughing, and all of them had their bread and butter, and they ended up with their lunch. Then Mrs. March came along. Are you satisfied with your experiment, girls? Or do you want another week of it? She asked. Okay. So from there then came their mother, that is Mrs. March. And she asked the girls, are you happy by doing with your experimentation? Do you want one more week or is this enough? So came the reply. I don't, cried Joe decidedly. And Joe suddenly said, no, we don't want to do any more experiments, we'll get back to our routine work. Nor I, echoed the others, and rest others also said together with her that no, we also don't want to do any more experiments. Yes, I wanted you to see how the comfort of all depends on each other, her share faithfully. So mother started explaining, I just wanted to teach you a lesson. I wanted to show you what actually you are doing is wrong. Running away from your work is wrong. While Hannah and I did your work, you got on pretty well. Though I don't think you were very happy. Okay? So here what has been said, the mother is saying that I and the cook, we had already taken up off from our duties, but that had put on lot of work for you, and I don't think you were happy with whatever work you have done. So I thought as a little lesson, I would show you what happens when everyone thinks only of herself. Don't you feel that it is pleasant to help one another, to have daily duties which make leisure sweet? Okay, so here mother started explaining, yes, that's the reason why I wanted to teach you a lesson, which will show that we should not be limited to ourselves. Okay, we should not be selfish of doing our own work. We should try to share our work. We should do others' work also and contribute our work and then do with the work. So if we help each other, that will definitely make our leisure time, leisure means free time, go very well. We do, mother, we do, cried the girls. And the girls said, yes, mother, whatever you are saying is correct. Then let me advise you to take up with your little burdens again, for though they seem heavy sometimes, they are good for us and they seem lighter as we learn to carry them. Okay, so the lady, that is Mrs. March, mother of the girls, told them that I will give you a little advice. Now you need to start with your own work. Take up with the little burdens again. Okay, though they are sometimes heavy, though you feel sometimes they are more, but what will happen? They are good for all of us. Okay, sometimes they are even lighter to do as well. And remember, work keeps us from boredom and mischief. And we need to remember every time, children, that if we do some or the other kind of work, if we are engaging in some or the other work, we don't get bored and even we don't create with any mischiefs. Okay, if we remain like ideal, we don't do any work, khali baithe rahenge, then we get bored as well as we do many kinds of mischiefs. बहुत शैतानी करते हैं हम लोग, सही है ना? We will remember mother, and they did. And the girl said, yes mother, from next time we will remember that we have to do our regular work, we will do it on time, and that's all. This is all for the story. Okay, I hope children you must have also learned something from this lesson. Is it not? We need to do our own work as well as help others and help our mothers, help our father in doing their work, so that we won't get bored. We will learn some or the other new things from every activity we do. Okay children, do read the lesson, write the question answers. That's all for today's class.